It is the virtual Oriel Park. It is the first game in the Extratime.ie esports cup. Of course, a great foundation is going to benefit from this, and the money we hope to make from it, and the money we hope to raise, I should say. Cystic Fibrosis Foundation, and it's Cork City against Dundalk to start us off. Dundalk represented by Daniel Kelly, Cork City represented by Daire O'Connor. Eric Finn with me on co-commentary. Eric, of course, a pro FIFA player, one of the best in Ireland. Eric, what's it like for players who are playing remotely against each other? How different is it to being face-to-face? Because that's what Daire and Daniel are doing as we speak, as Cork City and the Green Tops go on the attack.
Well, let me see if
someone they're in behind here. Is Davis, the former Cork UCD player, and he's dispossessed brilliantly. And Dundalk played out from the back, as they do in the real world.
Well, to answer your question, Oisin, so far, I'm not sure if anybody's ahead of each other, but it's a difficult situation to be in.
The header just goes wide. Mark McNulty, I think, got a save in that. Maybe he didn't. Maybe it went wide without the keeper getting a touch. Actually, it did go wide without the keeper getting a touch.
God. So yeah, it's a different game completely, because in the real world you can get in somebody's face and you can really make yourself known. But when you're trying to play virtually, it makes it a lot more difficult, because you don't know exactly what the other person's going to do.
Remember, if you want to donate to the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation, you can do so by going to idonate/Extratime.ie esports cup. Cork City coming forward. O'Connor is roaming down the right-hand side, but has dispossessed him. Wouldn't you know it, it's Chris Shields. Gets it outside to Smith. Smith has a runner outside, but it's not a particularly good ball. Back to Mark McNulty it goes. Mark McNulty getting his place back in the team. Liam Boston has played for Cork City most of the season so far, all of the season if I'm not wrong. Haven't seen all their games, have seen most of them. Dundalk almost getting in again there, but Cork City coming up the park. It's Daire O'Connor. He's certainly getting involved himself in every way. Here's Daire O'Connor trying to dispossess Andy Boyle. He does dispossess Andy Boyle. It's Daire O'Connor. Daire O'Connor gives Cork City the lead. Daire O'Connor controlling Cork City, and Cork City lead by 1-0. And I'll tell you what, I'm a Cork City fan, as people may know. We are struggling to get goals in the real world, especially against good teams like Dundalk. We'll take goals anywhere they come, even if it's in FIFA, even if it's in the virtual world. Cork City leading 1-0.
Yeah, I must say it was a great goal there, and it's great to see somebody scoring with themselves in a virtual game. I'd love to be able to do it myself, but unfortunately the virtual world is where my footballing ability starts and stops.
Did it look like a foul by Daire O'Connor there, by Daire O'Connor, if you know what I mean, by Daire O'Connor controlling Daire O'Connor? It looked to me like he fouled the Dundalk defender. It
may have been, but I think he was just using his muscle well. I think he just used his body in front of the other player, and in the end, got a nice goal out of it.
Well, this is the first game in the Extratime.ie esports cup. Dundalk looking for an instant response. They don't get it. It's back to Mark McNulty, who I'm sure, even in the virtual world, even in the world of FIFA, gets a bit of a doing from the Dundalk fans. Massey trying to close in on his man, but Cork City moving it around. Davis, good run. O'Connor receives it. O'Connor looking to double the lead and get a second goal for himself.
I must say, he does seem to be using himself quite a lot, Daire, doesn't he?
He does, doesn't he? Footballers and their egos. Daire O'Connor against Daniel Kelly. Alou of Arsenal. That's his parent club. Here's Darling, who was watched by Les Ferdinand against Shamrock Rovers, and I think he got sent off, but up to that point he actually played well. Quite a lively presence. Darling tried to slip it through, but he couldn't find his intended target. And here is Smith. Did I ever think I'd find myself on a Sunday evening as we record this game, sitting in my bedroom recording commentary over a game of FIFA, a game I'm not even playing? No, I didn't, but our country is existing under unusual circumstances at the moment, and look, I hope you're safe and well. I hope your family are okay. I hope everyone around you is okay, and we have to look after each other. We have to keep our social distance, and we also have to keep each other entertained. We have to stay involved with football, even though we can't go to real football. This will have to do for the moment. Cross in, is it? Darling couldn't quite reach it. It was cut back, I think, by Davis or Coleman, but Dundalk are frustrated. There's a yellow card, and it's Mikey Duffy, the Derryman. I'm not quite sure what that was for. Maybe you spotted it, Eric.
Unfortunately I didn't, but it must have been just led on. the game was, and Cork came forward, and the referee was right to continue the game on as normal, as they had a great opportunity there at the end.
It's like commentating over a cartoon, isn't it? I mean, it's like me commentating on Roadrunner or something like that. Oh, Dundalk might get in here. It's Smith, who does have a bit of skill. He's dispossessed. I'm liking this FIFA version of Cork City. We're better in this world than we are in the real world. Is that very often the case, Eric, that teams that are maybe struggling in the real world are a bit better in the FIFA world? Is it solely down to the players that are playing? Is it solely down to Daniel Kelly and Daire O'Connor who are controlling the game?
Well, it's hard to find out at the moment, but I know Daire O'Connor is definitely doing his team some justice, and he's doing himself justice as well, because with the goal and everything else. But we'll see now in the second half if Dundalk manage to pick it back up. But if
Daniel
they don't,
Kelly, I think, is on the ball for the first time as himself, puts in a cross. Daniel Kelly with a nice cross. Might break. Oh, it just goes wide.
Yeah, that was a close shot, all right.
As I say, this is the first of the games, and I wonder, is there a replay option that maybe we could stick on? I'd like to see a couple of these chances again. Again, I haven't played FIFA since in around 1996 or 1997 when Brian Plank was a thing. Oh, Cork City are in behind again. It's Galvin. Will he square it or will he shoot? He tries to put it into the box, but Dundalk get it away. Extratime.ie brought you Premier League commentary last season. We are hoping that when the season resumes, we can do something similar, but we wait till the season resumes. The ball is put in dangerously and invitingly, but Dundalk get it clear again. Comes out to Smith. Smith, surrounded by Cork City players, but very comfortable with the ball at feet. Coming up to the break. Dundalk trailing by 1-0. I wonder what Virtual Vinnie Perth is thinking. Probably nothing, because as a character he probably doesn't exist. I'm not quite sure. Do they do the managers in this, Eric?
There is a few managers, Jose Mourinho, Mauricio Pochettino and the likes, that have their own virtual...
Well, Vinnie Perth is in that company. I mean, he got a call from Mourinho once, so...
Yeah, well, I think he needs to get a call off EA to get a player face done, so then they can picture him going crazy on the sidelines. But until then, we won't see him, I don't think.
Daniel Kelly, as himself, crosses the ball, but it's easily cut out by Cork City. Remember, 3 points for a win. This in the group format. And this is Group 1, which has Cork City, Dundalk, Waterford and UCD among the teams. UCD are in there even though they're first division, because when this game was made and produced, they were Premier Division. So Jacob Baya is actually playing as UCD rather than Shelburne. Now it comes to McElhenney, puts it back inside to Shields. And we're at the break, or is it a free kick?
It's half-time as far as I'm aware.
Half-time, and the Cork City fans who have travelled to a much improved away fan section, they're enjoying themselves. Cork City leading at the break by 1-0, and those stats tell the story of the game quite well, don't they?
Yeah, I nearly missed what you said there because I nearly fell asleep, but maybe the next half, I'd imagine there's got to be a little bit more open, because Dundalk really need to get back into this, and the only way to do that is by opening up the game, maybe making a substitution or two.
I love that FIFA have this place called Town Park as opposed to Oriel Park. Well, we're resuming the match very, very shortly indeed. You would miss the PA system of Dundalk. Now, what can Dundalk do here at Town Park? Let's imagine that Oriel Park has been rebuilt and now it's called Town Park. This actually does look like a fantastic stadium. Still no action, so I'll tell you where you can donate your money to, and all of this money will go to the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation. You can go to idonate/Extratime.ie eSport Cup, and that is where you can donate. The Cork City still leading, and as I say, Cork City fans would be delighted with the win over Dundalk in any way, shape or form. Remember, this used to be a huge rivalry. That was only up until maybe a year ago. Then Cork City, unfortunately, well, it's been a struggle since. Apparently this is Turner's Cross as opposed to Oriel Park, but I'm not sure home advantage counts as a thing when two guys come up against each other in FIFA. Here comes Gannon, one of the best right backs in the league over the last couple of years. Can They unpick Cork City. Oh, a scuff shot, Eric. It goes wide. Dundalk through Hooban. Really frustrated.
Yeah, it was lovely liquid football there. I was actually enjoying that. He was unfortunate with the finish, but I'd imagine if he keeps up that tempo, Cork will have something really hard on their hands.
Stepana went up the line to Daire O'Connor, who's been on a lot himself. Coleman. It's given away. Can Dundalk punish Cork City for their sloppiness, just like they did when they met in Oriel Park a couple of weeks ago? And that's a free kick at the edge of the box, and there could be a card to follow for Cian Coleman. It's yellow. Yeah. Mikey Duffy got one in the first half. Rightfully, he gets one in the second.
It's a very silly challenge, really, wasn't it? It was kind of difficult to see, but it looked like he made a decision there in the midfield, and it was like tactical foul rather than anything else.
Interestingly, Darling has been replaced by Dylan McGlade, a player of real promise, a player of real talent. It's something from the training ground which doesn't work out. They might get a bit lucky here. No, Cork City get the numbers behind the ball. However, they have been dispossessed. Tubin just did not give up on that. Smith, Dundalk with a bit of time. Dundalk with a bit of space. Good defending by City. McNulty stops it going out for a corner.
Yeah, as I said, the tempo is getting picked up now from Dundalk. So it's very pleasing to see. And the mistakes from the Cork defence seems to be ripping them apart.
Yeah, it's becoming more like real life. Oh, that's a great save by Mark McNulty. I think you're a little bit ahead of me, Eric.
Apologies if that's the case. I hope not.
Right. It's not your fault. First corner of the match, I think. Floated in. Ball squirts up in the air. Mark McNulty comes out, gives it the fists. Cork City under siege at the moment. Stepana. Again, it's given away. Anytime Cork City have tried to pass it out, they've given it away. Will they give away a goal here? No, somehow. And I think Hooban is denied by McNulty. No, it's not a save. It is one that went off target. Alowu of Arsenal moved it up to Coleman, who's been on the ball an awful lot in this game. Here's McGlade. Again, Cork City give it away. Dundalk have time. How much time? We're not sure. Stepana. Inside it goes Davis. Cork City moving it quickly and getting a few passes together. In behind there, it's Galvin. Can he get a shot away? Galvin's at the feet of Gary Rogers, who's been part of Ireland squads, has trained with the Irish international setup, hasn't got to play for them. As my Dundalk supporting girlfriend says, he's the nicest Meath man you'll ever meet. And that's a hard thing for a Dundalk person or a loud person to say. Cork City on the attack. Galvin being chased by Andy Boyle. Galvin keeps it well. Cork City get it to Garrod Morrissey, one of the more experienced campaigners, and Sean Gannon gives away the throw-in. Daire O'Connor must be pleased with how it's going so far. Morrissey plays it back to McGlade. McGlade put it into the box. Cork City trying to open up Dundalk here. Daire O'Connor got the first goal. Will he get a chance for a second? No, he doesn't. Coleman might though. Oh, Coleman's attempted pass is blocked. McGlade onto it. Real live wire, the former Longford man. Out of defence it goes. Dundalk looking for the equaliser. He's been trailing for a long time now, Daniel Kelly and his team. Dundalk, they might do something about it here. Oh, they might scramble one in, and they have! Dundalk have got the equaliser, and it's Patrick McElhenney.
I can't believe what I've just seen on my screen. Some awful mistakes there at the back, and it's really after costing them with only 15 minutes left to go. I'd be surprised if Cork actually step up and grab another goal there.
Should Daire O'Connor have done better on the controls there?
Probably, yeah, I would say so. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to out him for that, but so far he's done a very good job. Now he just has to keep composed at the back and make sure he's getting forward now, though.
Here is Daire O'Connor pushing Daire O'Connor forward. Will he give the pass? Oh, it's a poor ball. No, it's not a poor ball. It's a good one, Daire O'Connor. The finish wasn't good, though. Daire, you did so much well there. Both Daire on screen and Daire controlling, but the finish wasn't good enough.
Yeah, I would like to see something. Maybe he needs to take himself off at this point. I think he's extremely tired. He's been all game. He's controlling him so much that I think it's actually cost him their goal there.
O'Connor's on it again. Daire, Eric Finn is giving you a right grilling here.
There's a lot of potential.
You're like he's like Ronaldo in the early days, and you're like Dunphy. This Daire O'Connor is a cod.
A very good player, Daire O'Connor, in virtual football and on the real game itself, the beautiful game in real life.
You know what? He was actually one of the players I named as a bright spark for Cork City, or a bright light or a shining light for Cork City in a tough season so far. A couple of weeks ago, before this whole thing happened, a real talent, Daire O'Connor.
Yeah, I'd agree completely.
I mean, not that my football opinion has any weight whatsoever, but I don't get carried away on that, Daire. Daniel Kelly isn't bad either, and in fairness, he's got the equaliser. Now he's looking for the winner. Looks to me like both teams are happy enough to hold what they have, but is there one last chance for Dundalk? Daniel Kelly, as himself, runs onto it. Daniel, you've got to be better than that. You were pushed off it, son. Slevin made a mug of you there.
I think the lads are starting to get carried away with themselves in the last minute of the game, trying to become their own hero.
They're believing their own hype. Who's on it now? Davis. Coleman. Morrissey picks out McGlade. Not much shooting from outside the box in this particular game. Is there a lot of shooting from outside the box in FIFA generally, Eric?
A little bit, but it's not as, it would be a little bit more than this game specifically, but I think the guys know what their stats are capable, not the players themselves, but as the game draws to a close,
that's it. Cork City 1, Dundalk 1. It's a draw between Daire O'Connor and Daniel Kelly. The first game of Group 1 ends up both teams getting a point, and Chris Shields looks the exact same in this as he does in the real world, as does Gary Rogers. The final score, Cork City 1, Dundalk 1. And I think both players and both teams, or whatever way you want to put it, will be happy with the point. That's it from the first game of the Extratime.ie esports cup. Remember, if you want to donate to the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation, you can do so by checking out Extratime.ie, or you can go to idonate /Extratime.ie esports cup. Eric Finn, for now, thank you very much. Folks, join us again shortly for another group encounter.
Thank you very much, Oisin.